Sunday, July the 23rd, and I'm back where I was on Friday evening at Perranporth. I didn't intend being here today, but unfortunately, and such is my bad luck, the 10 miler I had in mind to do today has been affected by the weather. Apparently the bus was unable to stop at Perranporth because of the bridge collapsing. So I've had to devise something on the hoof, meaning A, that I've lost an hour today, and B, I've had to come further adrift and will consequently be able to walk less distance because my train is at 20 to 6 today. It's already 12 noon. However, on the positive, we've got some fantastic weather here, as you can see. Better than yesterday, well, certainly in the morning. Now, I was here on Friday evening at that venue over there, which has rapidly transformed since, the watering hole, to see the Stranglers, the men in black. So as is my wont, I normally combine a walk or walks with my gigging. So let's press on. I'm going towards St Agnes today, which may potentially turn out to be a better walk anyway because it's quieter down this way, although Perranporth, as you can see, is very popular. Hard to believe, but the tide is well out at the moment, and when it comes in, it comes right in up to this, well, you can see the sort of tide mark down there, but this little island with the Cornish flag on it gets always made inaccessible. So there you have it, 4 miles, 5 mile to Holywell. Very nice water. Let's remember that next time. See, that rock over there was what we were looking at yesterday from Holywell. So the walk would have been right along that cliff at the top there. Fantastic. Those wonderful beaches. Reminds me a bit of Brittany. Perranporth Youth Hostel, right on the footpath, with its own footpath down to the beach. That's fantastic. Looking back on Perranporth and the watering hole. There she blows. Precariously positioned on the cliff edge. Not much more than a tin shed. Surf school bookings there as well. Amazing little beach down there, inaccessible even with the tide out. I'm just up above here, hope you can see that. Looks like a cave that's been covered over, some kind of metal netting. Wonderful. Pretty windy today, but that's keeping the rain away, thankfully. Is that a cinnabar moth? Not sure. Alongside lovely heathers. Look at that, beautiful. One final view back along Perranporth beach before we go over the crest of the hill and on. Fantastic. Unlike yesterday, which was mainly grassy underfoot, you're definitely on a footpath today, and consequently the surface is quite rutted. So although I only have walking shoes on today, probably advisable to wear boots for sections like this, save your old ankles getting ricked. An eyesore here, obviously ex-mine works. So you can see what I meant about similarities with Fuerteventura when I was out there. This is a very lunar type landscape here. Back to Perranporth beach. Wholly well in the distance. The cliff edge walk thus far. On the path to Cligger, so away from the heathers. Interesting orange coloured plant here. Looks like an orange blue colour. Lovely. Just in this little section by the cliff edge, lots of erosion here, stuff falling in to the sea. This is definitely the last opportunity we have to look back at Perranporth beach and the journey thus far, as I'm stood below finger post lying on its side. This is definitely not training shoe terrain, unless you want a broken ankle. As a very minimum, walking shoes, stout ones at that. Big geological feature that is. Almost like sandstone, so easy to walk over. Turn another corner, as George Michael would say. Would have said. Obviously he's passed on since I last did some recordings, and you get a different vista. Got the remains of an old mine here by the looks of it. Can't imagine what else it was. Ah, of course it is. Embattlements, World War II. Yeah, gun emplacement. With the view we have up here, it's not surprising why. Unbelievable, yeah, you can see the circular areas where the guns would have been. Fantastic bit of engineering when you think about it. Military engineers. And that is my final view back to Perranporth. Looking on towards what I believe to be St Agnes, in that inlet over there. Lots of little light planes taking off around here. You may or may not be able to hear. Wonderful with all these beautiful colours. Ragwort, heather, God knows what else that I do not know the names to. Wonderful. Wonder if this area actually got bombed. These bomb craters perhaps. There it is, hidden amongst the grass. Maybe some kind of lark. Pipit. Not sure. It's a better view of it. Pipit, I'd say. Seen it in Norfolk previously. Still relics of encampment, World War II ramparts, etc. around this area. And I can't believe Mother Nature's caused these sinkholes. Could have done. Some serious erosion here. Look at that. Good to see that on these finger posts they've given the grid reference location of where you are, for those that don't know how to read a map, presumably. So this is Hanover Cove South, as we just found out. Massively eroded. There's another one of those strange conical shaped metal wire protectors. That one was fenced off though, not any longer. Must be entrances to caves somehow, don't know. So there you have it. The former granite waymarker. Yeah, they are blowholes down to the base of the cliff, and they're stopping people getting in them, which presumably they were in the past. Lovely colours in the rocks over there. What's left of them. Handily positioned bench supplied by Perranporth aerodrome, so that would explain all the light aircraft. Interesting, because I'd have thought we're closer to St Agnes here. Looking back at whence I've come, that perfection, showing the strata and how the different layers have been forced up and across. Wonderful. Can't remember all the technical jargon, but it is there in abundance. Likewise on that rock. There you go, Penna grader. There's today's death. Didn't get one yesterday, but we've got one today. Little shrew or something. So now we've got all this lovely heather today. Yesterday was mainly grass. Underlying rock and soil, I presume. Different here. Yesterday was predominantly slate, so the ferryman was telling me. Must be same formation as in Wales, with a little dip in the Bristol Channel. I wonder if the old aerodrome there makes use of former military facilities. It would make sense, bearing in mind what we've seen with the military remnants. Wow, harking back to the Second World War there. Must be quite a take-off and landing, going against this strong southwesterly, I think. Get your bearings here. Some sort of air raid shelter there as well, so confirms my thoughts about the aerodrome. Pillbox hidden in the trees there. All this whole military runway road. Look at that for a coloured rock. The eroded footpath is now becoming more soil based as opposed to rock. Probably a nightmare yesterday in the torrents though. Yep, there's St Agnes. I do believe. You see relics of its tin mining past up there on the headland. Those chimneys. As I say, it would be nice to get up to St Agnes Head if I've got time. But I'm not sure I have. Good height up there. Plenty of crabbing going on down there in the rock pools. In fact, it could be Trevallis, St Agnes. There you see further evidence of the tin mines. You can almost see it in the rock, can't you? It's gone rusty. Entering the National Trust's Trevallis Coombe. Here we go. Walking through history now. Poldark, so forth. Popularised at the moment. There you go, Blue Hills Cornish tin. A finger post lying in the hedge. Half a mile to St Agnes. The Motor Cycling Club. Founded in 1901. Wonder what sort of motors can deal with these inclines. Pretty steep climb now. My first style of the day, I notice. But I should be going to this side. Interesting bit of memorabilia there. End-to-end trial. Wonder what that's all about then. Something to Google and research. As you could hear, another biplane just passing by me. That's the stairs I just descended. Less commercialised than Perranporth. Bit rockier, but probably better little adventures here. Very Enid Blyton, Secret 7. This must be St Agnes. Lovely little bay. I think I'll tarry a second on these seats behind me, just to decide what I'm going to do. It's 1:45, which gives me about 2¼ hours to do something down this way. But as I say, I don't know if I'll get up onto that beacon, unfortunately. Let's chew on it. In memory of Keith, Marty and Sue Hawkins. Okay, apparently this is Trevallis Bay, which is the bay for St Agnes. St Agnes being further up the valley. My ultimate destination. Anyway. see the journey I made there into Trevellis. Excellent afternoon's weather. You see what I mean about training shoes not being appropriate soon. Flagstones here. Someone's done a really good job of trimming the gorse back. What a wonderful afternoon, eh? That line there, don't know what's created that. Is it a riptide? Don't know. Or created by the former base layer of these cliffs. Okay, I'm at Poldark Cove at this point. Could do a left here to get back to St Agnes, but that's a bit too soon. Got 90 minutes left to play with. So I'm going to continue a bit further along the coast path and then do another left. Probably get lost and miss the bus, and all will end in tears, but you never know. Let's see. Another shot of that. Wonderful. Coming off the coast path now. Clearly, as you can see there, New Downs Head. But I'm actually now taking the path to St Agnes Head and ultimately the village. And come off the coast path, now following this quiet country lane into St Agnes, hopefully. Reminds me a little bit of Ireland here, where they're ruining the coastline. Any sort of spare bit of land that's got a view in Ireland was turned into a home. No planning laws were adhered to, and they've ruined the place. Particularly evident in Wicklow and Kerry, for example, around the ring. And now it's starting to happen here, look. And there's another case in point. Here we are, I believe, entering St Agnes. Right, I'm going to finish this walk here. Just bumped into a couple of people I know from the concert the other night. So that was very pleasant. Not one I had planned, but nonetheless probably better than the one I had planned. Wonderful 6 miles I think it was in total, just under 3 hours walking. So, till the next time.